Hello, friends. Welcome back to Learning Nails and Aesthetics. We are starting Chapter 2 of the Milady Nails book. Learning Objectives. After completing this chapter, you will be able to explain how anatomy and physiology relate to nail technology, describe the basic structure and function of a cell, describe the 4 types of tissues in the human body, define the functions of the body's organs in the body system, identify the 5 functions of the skeletal system, recognize the voluntary muscles involved in the nail service, name the parts of the nervous system, recognize how the circulatory system affects the skin of the hands and feet, describe the primary functions of the lymphatic immune system, identify the glands that make up the endocrine system, outline the organs in digestion, list the 5 organs that make up the excretory system, had it right the first time, describe what occurs during inhalation and exhalation, define the integumentary system, define the reproductive system. Explain how anatomy and physiology relate to nail technology. Whether applying a new set of tips or performing a manicure or foot massage, licensed nail technicians are permitted to touch people as part of their profession. This is true of very few other occupations, and it is an honor to be able to aid others in achieving a greater sense of well-being. Nail technicians should have a thorough understanding of anatomy and physiology because understanding how the human body functions as an integrated whole is a key component to understanding how a client's skin and nails may react to various treatments and services. You must be able to recognize the difference between what is considered normal and abnormal for the body in order to determine whether specific treatments and services are appropriate. This knowledge will help determine a scientific basis for the proper application of services and products. You will be responsible for performing safe and effective manicure and pedicure services aided by your knowledge of hand and foot, nerves, bones, and muscle structure. You will be able to perform manipulations involving the hands, forearms, feet, and lower legs safely and effectively as a result of your understanding of bones, muscles, nerves, and circulation. Define anatomy, physiology, and histology. As a nail professional, an overview of human anatomy and physiology will enable you to perform your services knowledgeably, effectively, and safely on a consistent basis. Anatomy is the study of the structure of the human body and the substances these structures are made of. It is the science of the interconnected detail of organisms or of their parts. Physiology is the study of the functions and activities performed by the body's structures. Histology, also known as microscopic anatomy, is the study of the structure and composition of tissue. Check-in. Why is the study of anatomy, physiology, and histology important to the nail technician? Define anatomy, physiology, and histology. Describe the basic structure and function of a cell. Cells are the basic units of all living things, from bacteria to plants to animals to human beings. Without cells, life does not exist. As a basic functional unit, the cell is responsible for carrying on all life processes. There are trillions of cells in the human body, and they vary widely in size, shape, and purpose. Basic structure of the cell. The cells of all living things are composed of a substance called protoplasm, a colorless, jelly-like substance found inside cells in which food elements such as proteins, fats, carbohydrates, mineral salts, and water are present. You can visualize the protoplasm of a cell as being similar to the white of a raw egg. In addition to protoplasm, most cells also include a nucleus, organelles, small organs, and the cell's membrane. The nucleus is the dense, active protoplasm found in the center of the cell. It plays an important part in cell reproduction and metabolism. You can visualize the nucleus as the yolk of a raw egg. Within the nucleus of the cell is the nucleoplasm, which is fluid that contains proteins and a lost my place because my eyes are watering, very important acid known as DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is what determines our genetic makeup, including the color of our eyes, skin, and hair. The cytoplasm is the part of the protoplasm that exists outside the nucleus and inside the cell wall. The protoplasm surrounds the nucleus and is needed for growth, reproduction, and self-repair. Mitochondria takes in nutrients, breaks them down, and creates energy for the cell. Mitochondria work to keep the cell full of energy. This chemical energy used within for metabolism is called adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Mitochondria are small organelles floating freely through the cell. Some cells have several thousand mitochondria, such as muscle cells, while others have none, like red blood cells. Muscle cells need a lot of energy, so they have many mitochondria. Neurons, or nerve cells, cells that transmit nerve impulses, don't need as many. The cell membrane is the part of the cell that encloses the protoplasm and permits soluble substances to enter and leave. It is selectively permeable, controlling the introduction of beneficial substances to the cell and the removal of waste and other substances that do not benefit the life of the cell. The cell membrane protects the cell from its surroundings. It also communicates with other cells, linking like cells together to form tissue. Cell reproduction and division. Cells have the ability to reproduce, thus providing new cells for the growth and replacement of worn or damaged cells. The usual process of cell reproduction of human tissues occur when the cell divides into two identical cells called daughter cells through a process known as mitosis. As long as conditions are favorable, the cell will grow and reproduce. This is true of human cells, plant cells, and single-cell creatures such as bacteria. Favorable conditions include an adequate supply of food, oxygen, and water, suitable temperatures, and the ability to eliminate waste byproducts. If conditions become unfavorable, the cell will become impaired or may die. For instance, when blood flow is restricted to part of the body, such an unfavorable condition could lead to an unusual buildup in the levels of toxins within the cells, which in turn may cause the cell to die. Cell metabolism. Metabolism is a chemical process that takes place in living organisms, through which the cells are nourished and carry out their activities. Metabolism occurs in two distinctively different phases. Anabolism is called constructive metabolism because it is the process of combining several molecules to build larger and more complex molecules. During this process, the body focuses on storing water, food, and oxygen for a later time when these substances will be needed for cell growth, reproduction, or repair. Catabolism is the phase of metabolism in which larger, more complex molecules are broken down within the cells to create smaller, simpler molecules. As a result of this breakdown, energy is released so that it may be used or stored for later use. Anabolism and catabolism are carried out simultaneously and continually, 24 hours a day, within the cells as part of their normal process. Cell metabolism. How important is it? Aging influences the cell's metabolism, and the cell begins to function less efficiently. As a nail technician, cell metabolism is something you will consider when working on your client's arms, hands, legs, and feet. A client's response to different services and responses to the active ingredients in the skincare products you use will be influenced by the efficiency and speed of their metabolism. Check-in. List and describe the parts of the cell. Define metabolism and list the 2 phases of cell metabolism and their purpose. Describe the 4 types of tissue in the human body. Tissue is a collection of similar cells that performs a specialized function. Each type of tissue has a specific function and can be recognized by its characteristic appearance. Body tissues are composed of large amounts of water, along with various other substances. The human body is about 60% water. There are 4 types of tissue in the body. Did you know a toxin is a poisonous substance produced by microorganisms, bacteria, and viruses? You know that a bee sting injects a toxin into the skin that causes a painful burning sensation. But did you know that your skin is consistently creating toxins? As our skin cells metabolize nutrients, the process creates toxins that must be removed before they cause damage by becoming too concentrated inside the cell. Fortunately, our bodies have highly efficient ways of dealing with these toxins. Tiny blood and lymph capillaries in the skin collect toxins and transport them away to be later removed from the body. So remember, the normal flow of blood moving through the skin helps ensure Blood moving through the skin helps ensure that the concentration of toxins in the skin cells are kept at safe levels and that the skin remains healthy. Yeah, this is clearly not AI. I am a human, so mistakes will be made. I appreciate your tolerance and patience. Connective tissue is fibrous tissue that binds together, protects, and supports the various parts of the body. Examples include bone, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, fascia, which separates muscles, liquid tissue, such as blood and lymph, and fat, which is also called adipose tissue. Adipose tissue gives smoothness and contour to the body while protecting internal organs and insulating the body Epithelial tissue is a protective covering of body surfaces, skin, mucous membranes, and the tissue inside of the mouth, the lining of the heart, digestive and respiratory organs, and glands are all examples of epithelial tissue. Muscle tissue contracts and moves various parts of the body. Nerve tissue carries messages through the central nervous system to control and coordinate all body functions. Nerve tissue is composed of specialized cells known as neurons, which make up the nerves, brain, and spinal cord. According to Jeffrey Unz, MD, from the Department of Neurological Science at Allegheny University, men's bodies contain more water than women's bodies do. Water content differs throughout various tissues in the body. Blood is made up of 83% water, and muscle is 75% water. The human brain is 73% water. Even bones are about 31% water. Check-in. List and describe the functions of the 4 types of tissue found in the human body. Define the functions of the body's organs in the body systems. An organ is a structure composed of specialized tissues that allow it to perform specific functions. A body system consists of a group of body organs acting together to perform one or more functions. Table 1, 11 main body systems, their functions and organs. Circulatory system. The organ is a heart with blood vessels. Function controls the steady circulation of the blood through the body, works with the lymphatic channels. The digestive system organs are esophagus, stomach, gallbladder, liver, small and large intestines. Their function is to break down food into smaller and smaller particles to absorb nutrients or for excretion. The endocrine system, adrenal gland, pituitary gland, pancreas. Their function affects the growth, development, sexual activities, and normal regulatory processes of the body, consists of specialized glands. Excretory system, the kidneys and the bladder, purifies the body by eliminating waste matter. And the table continues. Integumentary system, skin, and accessory organs such as oil and sweat glands, sensory receptors, hair, and nails. It is the largest organ of the body, the first line of defense against infection and water loss, regulates temperature, perceives sensation, produces vitamin D, and has absorption capabilities. The lymphatic system consists of the spleen and the lymph. Protects the body from disease by developing resistances and destroying disease-causing toxins, foreign material, and bacteria. The muscular system consists of muscles, covers, shapes, and supports the skeletal tissue, contracts and moves various parts of the body. The nervous system, brain, spinal cord, and nerves, controls and coordinates all of their body system inside the body and makes them work harmoniously, effectively, carries messages through the central nervous system. The reproductive system is the uterus, ovaries, penis, and testes, produces offspring and passes on the genetic code from one generation to another, differentiates between the sexes. The respiratory system, lungs, trachea, and bronchi, enables breathing, supplying the body with oxygen, and eliminating carbon dioxide and other gases as waste products. The skeletal system is bones, forms the physical foundation of the body, 206 bones that are connected by movable and immovable joints. And that'll do it for this video. We will continue chapter 2 in this book, the Milady Nails. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. I have other videos with the Milady Foundations book, as well as unboxing and swatching various nail brands, polishes, other things such as nail charms, and all the fun stuff. Join me in those. Check out the previous videos and look forward to upcoming videos. Thanks. Bye.